Hello. The SaveWarp was originally found by Solidified Gaming, and what it allows you to do is walk into a room, but then spawn at a different entrance than the one that you walked in from. So we're coming up to this this part here, which is the first SaveWarp you're going to be doing in a speedrun. And what you need to do is you go into the save menu, and you want to either overwrite a file or create a new save file as you wish. And on controller you want to press yes and no. So on PlayStation that's X and circle, on Xbox that should be A and B, and on keyboard that's enter and backspace at the same time. And it's gonna give you the prompt to ask you whether you want to actually save, but at the same time you go out of the save menu. So now we're just gonna press backwards once to get out of this menu right here, and now we can run around, do whatever we like, and save whenever we want. And most glitches are based on this. The save glitch particularly saves during a screen transition. So what we want to do in this case is the moment we touch the door, we want to spam OK, so as I did there, but too early. And it should save during the black screen. So yeah, as you can see, it kind of lags a little bit. That's a good sign. It wouldn't lag normally. So we go back here and it says we save during cargo hold 2. If it were to say cargo hold 3, so like the autosave, because the autosave saves after you've entered the next room, then you would be sure that it didn't work. If it still says the previous room, you have a good chance that it did work. And here we go. We're now at the end of the room that we just entered in. So why does this work? We have this nifty little list. It lists every room that is in the game files, even rooms that you cannot really access. And it also lists for every one of them every entrance or exit, whatever you want to call them, and also where they go. So I also have a mod installed, so up here in the top right corner. It's a mod by AC, which tells me the name of the room as it is in the files, or as it is in the list also. So this room here is cargo ship.room 1-5 in the list that's here. And this room has the entrances labeled start door and end door. And end door goes into cargo ship room 2, which is the next room over here. This is the one we want to skip. So cargo ship room 2 also has end door and start door, and mostly if you go into a dungeon or something that has like a linear part to it, the doors will be labeled something like entrance and exit. Consistently, at least within the dungeon, consistently. So that's very handy, and we're gonna use that here. So what we do is we walk into cargo ship room 2, and then we walk backwards. So as we enter room 1-5, the last entrance the game saves for us is end door. So if you were to save and continue, or if you were to load the save, it would spawn us at this door. And the aim of save warping is saving the entrance name, so this label, which is end door now, and taking it with you into the next room. Because normally if I would walk through this door, well, this door right here is labeled start door. So by doing the trick, by saving in between the loading screens, it'll update the room but not the entrance label. And we land on the other side. Because luckily this door is also called end door. It'll check what door you should be spawning at when you load. Go through the list of available doors, and it'll spawn you at the one that has the right name. This can go a bit further. So in this case, that's just a simple save warp that goes to the next room. In some cases though, so in Sonagis for example, there is the big room with the long fight, and it connects like to every other room. And so if we just go through the list and look for no, it should be like Shock or something. Shock Dungeon. Oh boy. So the naming convention here is different from what you expect. So Sonagis is called Shock Dungeon here. And so the mod says I'm in B1 south of. No, actually I wanna look up the center room. So where can I find that? Probably one with a lot of exits. Exits. I don't even know what it's called. I should have looked this up earlier. Well, there should be something like element room in this list. Oh, here, this should be the one. No, not quite. Let me look this up. So we have a lot of rooms here. Okay, so this room is called B1 Center 04 long. So how the fuck am I supposed to see that? Thanks for the mod. So... oh, it's fucking Wave Dungeon, dude. I'm mentally handicapped, see? You get the shock element here, dude. So, Wave Dungeon B1 Center. Oh, here, see, that's what I was looking for. It has so many entrances and exits. And the one we want to get is... I'm gonna get into the element room. There. Exit west. Because this sends us into element. Now, can we find another exit west anywhere here? Well... in the list, here's one. I think there's another one. In south, here's also one. And that happens to be the one that I was in before. Let me load that. Nope. So this is that room, B1 South 3. And as I walk out of this door is labeled Exit West. So I can take it with me all the way into the center room. Yeah, shit, I can't do that. This has to be the last door that I use. Thanks. Okay, so I'm gonna do the SaveWarp here. And now I need to do the SaveWarp again. So the save file right now spawns me in this door. We'll talk about it later. But if I take any of these doors, none of these are labeled Exit West. So I need to take the current label that I have assigned to my save file with me into the next room again. I'm going to take it again. Now I'm in this room, which has the same problem. It doesn't have the door that I need, but I have the door that I need. So I'm just going to take it with me again through a SaveWarp. And here I go. I'm at the very end of the big ass room in the Wave Dungeon. And normally here would be even a lock, which you'd need the key for and whatnot. You're spawned like right next to it, and the door is unlocked. So SaveWarp chaining or stacking, or however you want to call it, is an important part of most runs that use SaveWarps. So yeah, if you're doing some routing and you can't find the entrance right, like an entrance name right next to where you are, just look even further. It might just save enough time, even though I have to do like 5 I need to solve like 3 rooms and then do 3 save warps in a row. This saves so much time in this dungeon because it skips like more than half of it. There's one more trick to this whole thing. So this happens very early in the run as well. We make it all the way to rhombus square at level 3 or so. And the trick here is not that we don't, so I can look this up, for example, rhombus, rhombus square central. There we are. So all of these are named really shit things. Don't know, landmark is probably this one up here. We kinda need to make it down there somehow, but those are called like E1 or inner door. Should be the one down here. Here. But that doesn't matter to us, because if I take a name with me that doesn't exist on the map that I'm going into, it'll put me at a default exit, which we don't know how to find out consistently what the default exit might be. The list won't tell you. But yeah, I think X-Dragon just tried this out and it sent him where he wanted to go. So let's see, we're in Central Inner, and I think we just used... We spawned on this. Did we spawn on this red thing? Because the red thing is what sends us to... No, we didn't quite. So it doesn't matter, like none of these exit names correspond to anything that's on the outside. So if we take any of those... Oops. If we take any of those into SaveWarp with us through this thing, so this thing sends us outside. I did it too late. By the way, the timing on this one is when the GUI in the top left, when it starts fading, that's when you want to press. There you go. See, it spawns us outside at this inner door, even though we didn't use an inner door to save warp. This happens to be the default exit. Usually the default exit is like the first door that you enter a room from normally. So usually the default exits don't do much, but somehow they managed to make this the default exit for rhombus square, which is just absolutely amazing. That also, we use it in Vermilion Power 2, so that's a very powerful move with the default exits. Yeah, I already talked about the timing here on this one. Timings are tough, so those doors that just open, as I said, you touch them and immediately want to spam, but most, well not most, but many of them, you need to learn specific timings when to accept the thing. For example, this one, into Fajro, we come here with the landmark, and the next map up also has a landmark, and both are labeled as that. So we use that to do a safe warp up there, and this has a really long animation before the screen transition actually happens. So what you want to look out for is, so this one will have these black bars, which come for cutscenes usually, and when they start to fade, that's when you want to press. Or when you can see that the whole screen is completely white, well, the next thing that's going to happen after that is that they fade, so that's also a good thing to look out for. So yeah, it lagged a little while the black bar was fading, so that's a good sign, and we're up here. And then there's another special one here. To skip the boss, we want to use this door. I'm not sure what it's labeled right now. Too lazy to look it up. And on this door it opens like really slowly, And once everything is gone, like every piece of stone or whatever, when the whole door is black, that's when you want to press, because that's when Leia starts walking in. So yeah, that's how you skip this boss. And if you learn the run, you want to learn pretty much every screen transition by heart. There are some really bad ones, but it's manageable. I think at some point you can one-shot every one of them. And yeah, you gotta look out for these visual cues on when to spam, and try to like combine, like say, oh, this one is the same as the other one. For example, there's one way to do a SaveWarp, which Symph wants to use in a 100% run. So here's the one with the shark quest, like promises a promise 3 or something. You walk out of here and it's labeled right-3. So what we're saving right now is right-3, and then he goes into base and keep. Oh no, I need to get one of these. Then he goes into base and keep. And the timing here is the same as for when we went into Fajro. The black bars on the bottom and top. Yeah, I did it too late though. So yeah, you can do save warps during a landmark transition. There's no problem with that whatsoever. Let's see. That was too early. God damn it. It's the same timing as the other one. I don't know why I'm messing this up now. That's better. And there you go, you land up here. You can pick up this box. So that's in great detail all ways that I know of how to save warp and how to find out what save warps you can do, thanks to this list. But yeah, again, the default landmarks. Who knows how many default landmarks will pop up, default exits that are useful. So yeah, good luck, have fun.